Hello, I'm DJ Hell and I'm happy to do this interview for Musicorama TV. Thank you very much. I just put all my love in there. This is my elements, it's like a lot of heart, blood and, and I just do it to think the way I think it's right, and I never made any compromises. I just followed my instinct, and there's no big secrets behind it. I just do what I love. I'm mainly focused on new artists now, because the artists I was finding like back in the 90s, like Miss Kittin or Tiga or Fischer Spooner, they become really famous and they went their own way and they went really successful even without Gigolo. We just were the starting point and the first label who released their music and believed in them and were investing in them. So there's a lot of names, famous names even now. They were originally with Gigolo and then they moved on with bigger companies. So they were all important. I loved them all. If I wouldn't do that, I would not work with these people. I don't want to work with people I don't like, All together we are in a big music revolution now, because nothing is the same like it was 5 years ago. So also all this new technical software and plugins and way of producing, way of selling music, way of marketing music, way of doing the press, way of doing, working in the music business is absolutely different to what it was like 5 years ago. So I think it's the biggest revolution in music history, and the only bad thing is that the music industry is already in some really heavy crisis, and on top there's the economic crisis coming. So we have like 2 or 3 crises at the same time. So it should be able that people sit down, think about it, and not work against it. Work with it and try to get into the future or what's happening now, and not always try to sue people who download illegal stuff, because they download illegal music, they download films, they download everything. This is not the future. This is what's happening now, and it's a very interesting time, I think. Yeah, of course. I feel much more comfortable being independent and go the way I want it, and not what somebody else think it's the right way. So I don't want to make any compromises. I did it with my last albums. I worked with major companies, and they always pushed me in this or that direction, but it was never me. So now I'm just do the things I want to do or I don't want to do. So I think the independence is really, really important if you do music, if you produce music, if you want to sell music, and if you work with other artists, I think you should go just your own way. Don't make any compromises. I was learning that because in the beginning of my DJ career, there were photos took from somebody, and always when I saw the magazines or something, I was really unhappy about it, because this is what was not the way I was seeing myself, or it doesn't reflect me as a person. So I was taking over, and I said I'm gonna take care of that, and I'm gonna do it the way I think it's right. I think it was a reflection to what I'm doing since 30 years. It's not only one particular sound or one artist. It reflects what I learned the last 30 years, and I was sitting there and thinking about my life and about going to the studio and doing something fresh and surprising people again, and not doing what everybody expecting. And I can't do the same thing I did 5 years ago or 10 years ago, but I did it already. So I was jumping into like a new area and a new musical direction, and this time I did a double album because there was so many ideas, and to me it's maybe the best work I'm ever done, because it took a lot of time, and I choose the best singer, I choose the best studios, and I choose the best musicians to come to this final product, and it's a double whopper.